Welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name's Javier, and for today's video we will be talking about why every beginner should start sewing with sewing patterns. Here are some examples before they start flying out of my hand, and let's just jump into the video. Reason number one is vocabulary. Edit. Yes, vocabulary / language of sewing. So when you start sewing, you may understand some things and you may not understand other things. You will find out many of the terms will be repeated, like 5/8 of an inch, right sides together, hemming, basting, facing, grain line, cross grain line. The more you sew with sewing patterns, the more you will have an understanding of what these terms mean and what they are useful for and what is the purpose of them when it comes to sewing. You will be confused at the beginning. There is so much when it comes to sewing. As soon as you start doing it repeatedly and frequently, these terms just become like an instant of what you need to do when sewing things together or laying things out and all that fun stuff. You can also do this by buying yourself a sewing book and looking up at all the terminology that is used in sewing. Reason number two is patterns. Yes, patterns. When it comes down to patterns and sewing with patterns, you will start understanding the shape of things. You will understand how the shape of a sleeve looks, the shape of an armhole, the shape of a neckline should look properly. The more you experiment with different sizes and different styles, you will understand how it looks like when it's just laid out flat on a piece of fabric. And when you start thinking about, oh, I want to do this type of style of sleeve with this type of style, top or bodice, you kind of just start figuring out, okay, I can do that. I'm just gonna like switch the patterns or combine them, or if not, just create it, because you now know the idea of how it looks or how it's supposed to look like if you want to create that shape of fullness on the shoulders, or that type of nice draped sleeve that you see many people have that looks just so elegant. But there are also many different types of patterns out there. You will find patterns for women's, men's, teens, plus size, kids, even crafts, and even like some dog and cat items too that you can make, like their little bed or something like that. There's a different whole variety of sewing patterns out there that you can look into and find anything that grabs your attention. It doesn't necessarily have to be clothes. It can always be a craft or anything. It's just the same thing. Let's just say when you come sewing, it's kind of like the same thing. You can use your sewing skills on any type of project. They will come in handy and they will create what you want and what you imagine. Part 3 is about trends. Every seasonal, there is going to be a new set of patterns releasing at any stores, or you can look up at their website. There will be a new set of patterns that will come out, and this is kind of like an idea of how you can be on trend. So styles do evolve throughout the years. Many things will start changing, like the type of fabrics that they use, the type of length, the type of fit things are made. So when you start sewing with patterns and start using them consistently and use them seasonal, you will start to see how things are changing, the new trend that's going on, and this kind of also helps you to look more on top of things. And if you want to sew something for someone else, it's also convenient for them to look like they're on point with their look or how they want to be seen on stage. Now that we have talked about the 3 reasons why you should start sewing with patterns, I'm going to show you some examples. Alrighty, you will find patterns like for men's. You can find certain patterns like these guys. You can find simple dresses. Also find something like leotards or jumpsuits or bodysuits. You can run into activewear as well. Some costumes. You can see some custom patterns out there. Crafts that you can make. Some fancy looking ones. Some simple ones as well, where you can just make a simple skirt if you're interested in making a skirt. There's also men's shirts that you can sew, or if you want to do like some type of like holiday dress, corset. They also have some patterns that are pattern hacking, where you can adjust the sizes, the lengths of it, the shape. With men's, you can also find some like these where you can make overalls. There's just a bunch out there that you can find and that will have your attention and you would want to sew. But before you pick any, there are different type of, I would say, levels. Yes, There's different types of levels. There is beginner level, there is medium, and I think there's advanced. I don't know if it's actually called medium, but there's an advanced, and then there's a beginner, and then there's like easy sewing projects too. So there are some that you can make really quick. So definitely pick a level that is convenient for you and something you want to start off by doing. The different type of brands you'll find out there are McCall's, which are one of my favorites, and then there's like Simplicity. Then they also have something like Vogue. They have Vogue patterns as well. So see right there. So Vogue pattern. And then there's just also other ones, but Vogue, McCall's, and Simplicity are like the main ones that I prefer to do and I go to. Sometimes they do collabs with other sewers or seamstress, and they'll have like special patterns for them, or they'll have like costumes. So yes, they also do costume patterns, and you will find costumes throughout the season, or you can find majority of the costumes out when it's kind of like the Halloween time. For these patterns, they do range anything between $10 and up. They can go up to 20 or 30 depending on what brand it is or the type of advanced level it might be. Definitely keep an eye out for sales. Sometimes Simplicity has a sale, one for $1. Sometimes they do that on Black Friday or something like that. I haven't shopped for them in like years or two. So they do have patterns out there. They do have them on sale. Sometimes you can't always use your coupons. So always hunt them down when they're on sale. Joann's, I would say, would be the best place to buy them, and just keep a track of their catalog and check when the patterns will be on sale. Grab what you need and just start off with one. Don't go out and buy 50 of them like I've done. It's the worst thing you can do. You're just wasting your money. You're probably not even do them all. So just start off with one or two. Just pick two and just start off and see how it goes, and definitely give it a try. Subscribe to my channel to watch more videos on sewing, pattern making, and repurposing clothes. Sewing. This is a sewing channel, so definitely subscribe if you're into that type of topic. I want to say thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, comment down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, share this video to inspire anyone, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.